What's up, guys? This is Palacio again. I'm going to be doing a movie review today over the 2019 movie Stuber, featuring Dave Bautista, and I'm going to say the comedian's name wrong. I'm sorry. Kumail Nanjiani. He's the main protagonist in this one, and also featuring the Polynesian dude who seems to be kicking ass everywhere. Iko Uwais. He was the main character in the Raid Redemption and Raid Redemption, or the Raid and the Raid Redemption 2. If you guys haven't seen that movie, it's incredible. It's a great action movie, and they have just a really particular way of fighting these Polynesian, Indonesian martial arts. It's just really aesthetically pleasing as far as the way that it's shot and how it can be incorporated into Hollywood, just like old school kung fu. It wasn't, not to say kung fu isn't like. Not to say kung fu isn't a martial art by any means, it is, but practically it's not the best way to go. And I'm not sure if this Polynesian or Indonesian way of fighting is, but it has that aesthetically pleasing way to look good in front of the camera for Hollywood. So Stuber, I didn't really have a whole lot of expectation as far as this film goes, but it was okay. For being a comedy film, I didn't think that it was very funny. The main character is an Uber driver, and he's professionally he's a comedian, and I've seen him in some comedies. But I've seen this comedian in a couple different movies before, and he's genuinely funny. He's a funny dude, but it seems like some of his jokes just miss kind of in this movie. And it's not to say the guy's not funny. Like I said, it's just this particular film, I didn't think it was like a super comedy or anything by any means. Dave Bautista plays pretty well as an older cop in this movie. He's been doing pretty good as far as Hollywood. I mean, his first couple movies were terrible. The Scorpion King, like 3 or something like that, he was in, which was god awful. And then a couple other movies. But lately, he's been doing a lot better. As you guys know, he's in Guardians of the Galaxy. He plays Drax the Destroyer. He does really good in that film, and he just makes that character his own. Also, he was in the movie Hotel Artemis, and he plays like a security guy, kind of, and he does really good in that movie too. So as far as this movie goes, they had a couple good scenes. I think the highlight of this movie, the scene where they're in a male strip club, I thought that was pretty funny to just twist that. They could have gone and just done a regular strip club with females, and it would just been, kind of funny talking about nudity and all that. But they decided to do a male strip club. It just kind of gave it a little extra twist that I appreciate. The main antagonist that they have, the Raid Redemption dude, he plays pretty good in this movie, but I don't see why they had to have him. I mean, he's a Indonesian guy, and they make him blonde, trying to be this gangster heroin dealer, and I don't think it really worked for me. I just don't think that they should have cast him as the villain, but that's just my opinion. The shootout scenes are pretty basic. I mean, they're just generic shootout scenes, unrealistic shots, people who don't really handle guns or don't do really anything tactical. It's just more like a Hollywood film. People aren't doing the proper technique, and it's not to say every movie has to be like John Wick. If you guys have seen the trailers for this movie, there's a scene where they throw a propane tank and then it lands, and Batista shoots it and it explodes and stuff. And like that stuff's just super unrealistic. And after seeing such good movies that try really hard with the way that they do their gun scenes, it's just kind of lazy to me. But I mean, this movie didn't have a super big budget anyway, so maybe they couldn't afford getting all those things down. And again, this is a comedy movie, so you have to take it with a grain of salt. That's not what they were going for with super accuracy as far as the fight scenes. The transition scenes where they're trying to go from one location to another, it's just very basic. They just have the overhead drone shots of the city, and that's pretty standard in Hollywood. I mean, it's nothing super creative. It's just the standard. You're going from let's say LA to New York City. You might show the plane landing or departing, and then you'll have overhead shots of the city. It's just a very generic way of shooting in Hollywood, and it is what it is. It's just nothing super crazy and creative on that part. For a total rating on this movie, I'd say I'd give it like a 6.8. Not good enough to be 70 because it's just really unmemorable. I think that they could have I think that if the studio put in a little bit more work, they could have made this a better movie. It just seems kind of sloppy as far as the film as a whole. If I leave you guys with anything, I'd say that this movie is just really unmemorable. It's an okay comedy, and it's one of those like Tuesday night Redbox rent movies that you just kind of stumble upon and watch. It's nothing super good that you have to go see. So I think they could have done a little bit better, but I'm not gonna, try talking so much shit about this movie because it's not like a terrible movie by any means. So that's going to be my movie review. If you guys have any specific movies you want me to review or take a look at, I'll be happy to do that. Put them in my DMs on Instagram. I'll probably put my Instagram somewhere over here. Or you can comment below. I'm going to try to do a whole bunch of top 10 or my favorite scenes / movies, all that. Because I want you guys to see that there is a difference between a good movie that's good to watch and then an aesthetically pleasing way that it's shot. Not necessarily a great movie. And, I'd like to think that I have a couple different varieties on what I think a good movie is and how it's made and all that good stuff. So I'll catch you guys next time. Don't forget to go to the gym and lift something heavy. Peace.